101. And today I am spilling the tea on, is that commute really worth that job? And let's be honest, like, nursing has so many benefits and so many different types of areas that you can work in that sometimes you find the dream job in the wrong location. And that is a very high chance that that could happen to you. So there's different dynamics that kind of come in that play. First of all, where do you live? And is the region that you're living in making substantially less or more money versus somebody who might have to commute to that location? So let's get into it. Let's get into it because this is some big tea. This is a big cup of tea. This is the truth bomb. So when I first started working as a nurse, I was working in local hospitals, and I did enjoy working in the local hospitals. For my area, they made pretty good money, but if I drove about anywhere from 20 to 30 miles, I could probably make almost $20 to $30 more an hour. So it was a big decision for me to try to get a job in the Bay Area. So I decided, okay, there's a corporation out here that allows you to transfer back to your home unit or back to a local hospital by where you live, and you still make the most money, honey. Because let's be honest, making money is important. It helps. And while we're all in it for caring for patients and really for the love of the profession, if you're making a little bit more money, that day that you're low staffed, that day that your patient maybe calls you all kinds of crazy names, and that day that you just feel like maybe nursing isn't for you, if you know that you're getting paid what you feel that your job is worth, then it really makes a difference. And it makes it where you want to stay in the profession. Okay, so I decided to get a job at this other corporation that was very far from my house, but they had multiple areas, multiple hospitals. So I applied everywhere. I applied up to about anywhere from 50 miles from my house. And roughly, that could be a long commute. I was used to commuting because I commuted from the Central Valley to San Francisco when I was in nursing school. And that was probably about maybe 6 years when I started to look for a job in the Bay Area, in the metropolitan city, as one might say. So I decided to be on the hunt and look for a job, and I found one. But it was 2 hours with traffic roughly away from my house. So yes, the drive time was exactly an hour and maybe 5-10 minutes at most, but usually about an hour. But if there was an accident or if there was traffic, it could sometimes go as long as an hour and a half, an hour and 45. There was one time I was stuck in traffic for almost 2.5 hours. And yes, at the time I was working 12-hour shifts, so I only had to do it 3 days a week. I was very fortunate to have that, but it really took up my whole day. There was nothing else left for me to do but drive and work. And I noticed that on my days that I was home, I was tired. So I decided to transfer out and get a job closer to my house. So there's going to be some things that you have to look at when you are deciding if you're going to be a commuter or not a commuter. You have to look at the pay, because in all honesty, if you're really making that much more, is it beneficial? Is it beneficial on the wear and tear on your car? Does the gases pricing matter. Right now, the gas prices in California is anywhere from $5 to $6 a gallon. You're also going to have to look at the car insurance. If you are driving really far, is it affecting your car insurance? Another thing you're going to want to look at is how much time are you spending in the car? And I almost think of it as an hourly rate. So what I looked at is, like, let's say I'm making $50 an hour, and then I'm spending about 2 hours in the car each day. That automatically is $50 per hour from my pay. So I would deduct $100 from my pay. And the reason why I say this is because you have to look at the balance. The life and work balance really makes a difference. So fortunately for me, I was lucky and I was able to find a job closer to my house where I still made a good amount of money, and it was more flexible and it was easier for me. But yes, the commute can be rough. And we're actually going to take a trip into the metropolitan city of San Francisco so you can kind of get a glimpse. So we are in San Francisco because this little stud muffin right here got a job in San Fran. So now we're going to go see where his new job is. So he is going to be doing transportation via BART or driving. He doesn't want to say. He doesn't want to say. He doesn't want everybody to know what he's doing. But most likely, I think he's going to be driving. I don't see him doing too much BART. Go see my husband's new job so I can stalk him at his new job in the city. He's a city boy.
This is where art is, market.
So you would get off right there?
1150 market, so it's that way.
I've never worked in the city. The furthest that I have worked, or the most closest I have worked, is Santa Clara, for being like a big metropolitan city, which is known as Silicon Valley. But I did go to nursing school in San Francisco.
Nobody cares.
Everybody cares why I went to nursing school at. And I will tell you, going to nursing school in San Francisco was really fun. I did enjoy going places to the city. I did really enjoy my clinicals, but for the most part, the driving I did not like. I did not like driving in the city. To me, it's hard. I'm not a very good driver anyways, and then to be driving through San Francisco for 2 years was kind of like, I was over it. Parking's expensive. There's like such limited parking, but hanging out in the city is always fun. But I don't know if I would actually want to work in San Francisco. I guess some people would maybe ride a bike. Oh shoot, don't hit nobody. I mean, for the most part, I think the city's cool. Definitely would not want to work in the city. There's the hospital. Okay, everybody, so it's 5 o'clock. Another successful day at work. Overall, you know, I'm gonna go get gas, go home and cook dinner, I'll probably get home about 5:30. I mean, having a 5-minute commute is beautiful. 10 to 5-minute commute is freaking beautiful. I will say that we all have to drive, right? Like, we can't escape it. We have to drive. But if we're spending 2 hours driving a day, it makes a huge difference compared to 5 minutes. So that's really something you should think about.